Hello, and thank you for tuning into this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. Our special co-host today is going to be Kathy. You've seen her on many shows before. She is our Animal Control Officer here that does an amazing job here for our community. So let's see Kathy talk about some amazing adoptable animals here at the Ames Animal Shelter.
Hi, I'm Kathy Pike. I'm the full-time Animal Control Officer here for the City of Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control. My first guest here is Ricardo. This sweet boy, he's now sweet. He first came in, he was semi-feral, wasn't too sure about getting human affection. As you can see, he's pretty all about it now. He's still kind of learning what it's like to be a companion animal though, and kind of get this attention. Although he loves it, sometimes he gets a little overstimulated and can use those little claws to bat you to say, hey, I want some more. Sometimes he has shown where his teeth will go onto your skin too. He hasn't hurt anybody, but just to be aware. So that's why looking for a home that has older kids, probably 10 years or older, or that have a pretty good understanding of cat body language to kind of know when to stop or walk away. He's really sweet. He loves to be petted on. Probably kind of hard to tell, but he does drool when he gets really excited about all of the pets. And sometimes every once in a while you hear him go because he's got to slurp that back up. So he's really cute and affectionate. He's still kind of learning what picking up and having those feet off the floor is all about, but he's doing very well with it. So just slow, patient, just making sure you have full grasp of his entire body makes him feel much more confident and okay with it. He definitely loves to be loved on. He's been a pretty good eater here too. He came in as a tomcat. He used to have bigger cheeks than this, if you can believe that. He's got some pretty big cheeks here, but they were actually bigger when he still had that testosterone running through him. So the only thing for special needs with him is that he is FIV positive. What that means is he has the feline immunodeficiency virus. And all that really means is he just has to be careful if he does live with another cat. So it looks like he got beat up quite a bit on the streets when he came in. He had lots of scratches all over his face and on his legs and stuff and back. As you can see, he's cleaned up and gotten those taken care of and is a very cute, adorable kitty now. He was cute and adorable before too, he just had scars. So in his home, if he were to live with an FIV negative cat, we just want to make sure that there's no deep bite wounds that would be occurring because that's how it is usually spread. So, you know, he could, FIV positive cats can live with negative cats. They don't get it just by being around them or sharing bowls or touching each other. It's just from those deep bite wounds that can occur. The only other thing with an FIV positive cat is you just got to watch them a little bit closer for their health. So if he seems to have kind of the sniffles or just not feeling right, needs to be seen by a veterinarian. It's much easier for him to catch a cold or to have more dental disease than the average cat, but he can still live a long and healthy life even with that FIV status. So this is Mr. Ricardo. Super sweet boy. Probably, we're not supposed to have favorites, but he is probably my favorite here with his transformation and everything. So if you're interested in meeting Ricardo or adopting him, come on down to the Ames Animal Shelter. Our next guests here are Reggie and Tide Pod. Tide Pod is about a year and a half, and Reggie is about 10 months old. They were surrendered to us when the owner was unfortunately unable to care for them properly anymore. They're pretty easy as long as you provide the appropriate diet for them. So lots of veggies. Hey, there are pelleted food, but sometimes I can just get too much. Sometimes even with the even with the dog or cat too. Sometimes the food needs can just be too much for some people sometimes. So that's why they were surrendered. But they're really sweet. They love their veggies. They've been a bonded buddy pair for a little while. The reason why the age difference was Reggie was purchased so that Tide Pod could have a friend after the other guinea pig had passed away. So that's why there's a little bit difference in age there, but they are bonded buddies and would be need to be adopted together. With guinea pigs though, just providing that appropriate diet, the space, and then there is a guinea pig manual that you can look at online. It's just guinea guineapigmanual.com, I think, or .org. You can go there and just see kind of what the requirements are if you've never owned a guinea pig before. But they're really fun. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but they're kind of talking to each other. They're stealing each other's romaine. We got romaine, we got peppers here, we got cilantro, parsley. Those are typically really good veggies that they get every day to be able to eat here, besides Timothy hay and then a pelleted diet as well. And we just clean out their towels once a day, as these guys don't use litter boxes, and so they're relatively easy. It's just making sure that you maintain that diet and that they get the appropriate nutrients that they need. Our next guest here is Jasper, and Roger. And so, although Roger looks much like one of the other ones you've seen, he's a little bit bigger, but he is bonded with Jasper here. And these guys are just munching away, once again, at their cilantro, peppers, romaine. These guys are cute little guinea pigs. They're a little bit over a year, about I think a year and 1 month old. Super cute, super affectionate. We always hear these guys coming out wanting to get their veggies and stuff and ready for some pets, right between their eyes there on their nose. These guys are super affectionate, a little bit more outgoing so far than the other two that you previously seen, but that's just because they've been here a little bit longer. So they're kind of more used to the routine and kind of the environment. As you see, Jasper here's kind of got some crazy hair with that calico stuff. It's kind of cute and interesting. Makes him very unique. And then Roger here's got, looks much like one of the other ones in the other group, but he's still very soft, very sweet and affectionate. Once again, the main thing with guinea pigs is just making sure that you have the appropriate diet for them. So lots of veggies, but appropriate veggies. So they can't have all the types of veggies or fruits and stuff. There's only certain kinds. So that's why we only feed the romaine, the cilantro, parsley, and peppers here. And then we do it kind of on a limited thing so they don't get too much for an upset tummy or anything like that. But these two, like I said, are very sweet. They're very good at eating them out of your hands. These guys are a little shy right now with all the bright lights, but they're chewing away, and they make some of the cutest sounds and squeaks, especially when they hear the plastic bags or the containers opening to get their veggies. We like kind of having them around to hear that. So, but Jasper and Roger. Our next guest here is Jupiter. This big beefy boy here is just a little bit over a year old. We were told by his previous owners that they thought he was a pit bull Great Dane. We're probably thinking more like pit bull mastiff mix maybe, but definitely, you know, that XXL breed. Big guy, super sweet and affectionate. Hasn't met really anybody he doesn't like quite yet that we've seen because he's just super friendly. Got lots of energy though. Would use some training. Yeah, he does know sit and lay down for treats, so that's a start. He could use some work on that leash training because he is so strong. He does tend to pull, but otherwise super sweet and affectionate. He has gone to the dog park is what we were told and did okay with other dogs. We haven't tried to introduce him to any here, but he probably could use a good friend to go run and romp with too, because he does need to exert a lot of energy with being this big guy. As you can probably see here on the video, he does have kind of a big mass on that elbow. We have had it checked out. It is a hematoma. It's unfortunately due to being on hard surfaces too much. He had it when he came in from his previous owner who could no longer care for him. And so it's just something that can happen from just laying on hard surfaces a lot. So it has been drained once already, but with his activity and stuff, it's filled back up, but it should be something that goes back down, not anything serious at all. He is crate trained, and he, like I said, was working on some training, but still definitely could use some more. But he is a very, very good boy. Yeah, I'll get you another one. Don't go for it. Here. Like I said, he knows sit and lay down. He knows his name Jupiter pretty well. We kind of shorten it, call him Jupe too sometimes, but hey, I got another one. But he's, as you see, just a really big guy, lots of energy, but lots of love too. So very sweet, can sometimes be a little much. So somebody who's strong and able to handle those XL breeds. Young kids are probably not a good fit either, not because he's not friendly, he's just too big and doesn't understand when he's gonna knock you over or pull you down or anything like that. So probably needs to be, 10 or older, or maybe even 16 and older for kids in the home. And somebody that's able to physically be able to walk him and stuff until he gets better on the leash. A harness would probably be really good for him too. And just some basic obedience. So, but like I said, he's pretty friendly, it seems like, with other dogs, just wants to play. And just a big goof is how we call him. So yeah, and this is Jupiter.
Well, that's our show for today. You've seen some guinea pigs. We have 2 pairs of guinea pigs to adopt out together. And of course, it's so important that those bonded pair stay together. We have guineapigmanual.com is an amazing website to learn everything about guinea pigs. They're very special creatures and require a lot of care, a lot of work to keep them healthy, to keep them clean, keep their environment clean. So you definitely want to make sure you read up on that before you consider adopting a guinea pig. So those 2 bonded pair, and we got Ricardo, of course, who is a special needs kitty because of the FIV status. You also want to make sure you read up on that as well and talk to your vet about that. I happen to have an FIV positive cat at home that lives with 5 other cats, and of course there's no problems whatsoever. They're not fighting, there's no problem whatsoever. I just got to keep a real close eye on that cat and make sure that anytime she starts to show any signs of illness, that I get her to the vet right away. And of course, Jupiter, an amazing dog, really big dog. If you're looking for a really big dog that needs some training, but just a beautiful dog with a great personality, and just an amazing dog that will be a great family dog, come on down to the Ames Animal Shelter. Make sure you check out our website, amesanimalshelter.org, and you can complete an online adoption application. All of our adoptions and viewing of the animals is by appointment only. For more information, again, go to our website, amesanimalshelter.org. And thanks for watching.